Jeremy, sorry, we lost you. You were saying there were lessons for the West. I think we can hear you loud and clear. So talk us through what you see as the lessons.
Well, I think we've never had moral leadership from President Trump, and it's very worrying because so many countries around the world take their lead from what is happening in America, and I think he has shamed American democracy, and we have to call it out for that. But also we should remember that this is not America. America has just rejected Donald Trump. They've chosen his rival, Joe Biden, and indeed very senior Republicans, Trump loyalists, people who even supported him in saying that there were problems with the election, like Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, Mike Pence. You don't get more loyal than Mike Pence. They even distance themselves from Trump today. And so I think we have to remember what we're seeing tonight on our TV screens, shocking though it is. It does not speak for the whole of America. It doesn't speak for the American people. It doesn't even speak for the Republican Party.
Do you agree with John, though, that the time has come for Boris Johnson to speak out against Trump personally?
Well, I think he's been very clear in the tweet that he put out that there has to be a transfer of power. That means that he is accepting that the election result was legitimate. Look, it's very difficult. I know when I was Foreign Secretary, you have to be diplomatic with your words. So I understand it's not always easy. It's easier for me as a former Foreign Secretary to be stronger in what I say. But what is very clear is what Saida was saying, which is that we now have a job to rebuild the moral authority of the West. I mean, I'm someone, I know you are too, who believes in open societies, freedom, democracy, human rights, all those values. They are very undermined when you have these kind of pictures on TV screens all over the world. So Joe Biden, but all of us who share those values have got our work cut out.
Now, obviously, this has got to be a turning point, and we hope it's a turning point for the better. Biden has now got control of the Senate. The other big news was he won, some would say unexpectedly, those 2 Senate seats in Georgia. But America is more divided than at any time, well, possibly any time since the American Civil War. I mean, do you believe in your heart that Joe Biden can reunite this nation?
I think he can, and I think we should all wish him well in trying to do that. I mean, one of the unexpected consequences of tonight may actually be the end of Trump's political career, because I think it will so damage his credibility that it's very unlikely the Republican Party would want him back as their candidate going forward. And so I think there may be a chance, curiously, and I think this is what I hope, for America to close the chapter on the last 4 years and to move on to a less divisive kind of politics. In a democracy, I mean, you know, you've got John on the programme, and John and my politics couldn't be more different. But in the end, you do all have to come together when a result has been announced, as Labour has done in the elections it's lost, as the Conservatives have done in the elections we've lost. That is a vital part of it. And that's what's been missing in America. And that's what we have to hope that America manages to repair.
Now, there's another huge breaking story tonight, which is this leak of an NHS England assessment that even on the best possible scenarios for suppressing the virus over the next couple of weeks, frankly, there's not going to be enough capacity in London hospitals. There's going to be a massive bed shortage, thousands actually, when it comes to ordinary beds, hundreds when it comes to intensive care beds. How worried are you?
I'm incredibly worried, and that's why I'm relieved that we did, in the end, decide to go into this third lockdown, even though it's an incredible agony for families and businesses up and down the country. It shows the NHS in the southeast, including London, is on an absolute knife edge. And it's a race against time because, as you know well, Robert, from the previous lockdowns, there's this 3-week lag between taking big measures and actually having an impact on new infections and new hospital admissions. And we're going to run out of beds in London in 2 weeks. So it's very serious. I think the NHS will find those beds because there are very smart people like Pauline Phillips, Simon Stevens at the top of the NHS who are doing this modelling to make sure that there is always an ICU bed available. But I think it does show what an incredible knife edge we're on.
But just to be absolutely clear, the Prime Minister should have locked down earlier, shouldn't he?
Well, I don't really understand why it is we couldn't have taken the decision last week when I think all the data was there. You know, I have to say that he reacted a lot more quickly this time than he did when we went into the first lockdown. And I think they have begun to realise the importance of speed in these decisions.
Jeremy, as always, very good to see you. Come back soon. A bit of a grim evening, but we're always grateful to, hear from you.
Thank you.